Welcome to your first introductory course for Touch to Inform Seminars, Saving Necks and Backs, Rejuvenating Your Thoracic Spine. I'm Bonnie Kissam, creator of Touch to Inform Seminars and a practitioner for over 40 years. I am your guide to help you take a new look at the full neuromuscular skeletal system that you all know we have inside of us, and how, when we take a full look at this system, you can discover many new solutions you never thought possible. I know you are a thinking, thoughtful practitioner, and I also know you have clients with aches and pains that are more complicated in their response to traditional approaches. You are good at what you do, and in your pursuit of excellence, you are always looking for new solutions. Thank you for your interest and intrigue for exploring a different approach, an approach that uses kinesthetic sensory information to enhance the work you love. The focus of this seminar is to introduce you to the neuroscience of touch that informs, and to point out possible missing pieces that you can apply easily to save your necks and your clients' necks and backs. How are you doing with your neck or your back? I know you know there are many modalities that work to fix problems in a very direct way, and they work for many people. But you also know we are all complex, and some of us very complicated. So the first missing piece that I want you to look at is how the thoracic spine has potential for a little bit of rotation, and yet is very underused by most of us. For instance, if you were to look over your right shoulder right now, what would you do? Your head might turn. If I asked you, do you use your eyes? Would you be aware of that? So do it again. And notice, do you turn your head? Can you feel your head moving? Yes. Can you feel what is moving your head? Maybe your neck. Do you ever think of something below your neck could be involved in your head turning? The second piece is that our brain is a mastermind and an underrated organ. Your brain receives messages, it interprets them, and then it sends messages back down to your muscles to contract or to not contract. This kind of communication seems simple, but as your brain receives the same input, it sends down the same message, and thus we have repeated habitual patterns. And many of these patterns are actually interfering with recovery. If you look deeply, probably every problem is housed in a pattern of action. How might you change a pattern? So are you ready to look at pain or limitations from a different angle? For years, neuroscience studies have shown that when you have pain, your brain is occupied by this pain, and you can't think of anything else. And just like pain, any grand stimulation can occupy your brain. So for instance, if you start to look for muscles or tight fascia, you only see muscles or tight fascia. Once the neurological and the skeletal systems are seen as relevant and equal parts with the muscles and fascia, a whole new picture gets painted. You now have a whole complex human being who has learned from day one unique patterns of action, including, obviously, how you chose to wear your hat. Your skeleton is designed to help support you in gravity. Can you see this little guy's skeleton and how he has an ability to balance with very little effort? When you help your clients see themselves in this full body-mind, neuromusculoskeletal way, you go beyond rehabilitation of necks and backs and start a process of ongoing awareness and personal engagement. Throughout the course, we will be taking a closer look at what are your mindsets as a practitioner? What is your awareness to your patterns? And can you sense skeletal support inside yourself? We will take a closer look at that rotation in the thoracic spine. We will begin to help you feel a personal experience and what your thoracic spine might be able to do. We'll take a closer look at the brain-body maps, your habits, and the ability for the brain to change, neuroplasticity. And we will take a closer look at a specific touch that informs. It observes, it supports, and then informs your brain, your client's brain, always with interesting information that then can work to solve problems. I am your guide to heighten your ability to utilize more fluently the neuro and the skeletal systems as equal parts in this big, beautiful neuromusculoskeletal system we have within.